By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac. He who had received the promises was willing to offer up his only begotten son. Of Isaac it had been said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called. Yet Abraham believed beyond human understanding, accounting that God was able to raise him up, even from the dead. From this act of faith, he received Isaac back in a figure, proving that nothing is impossible with God. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come, speaking prophetically over their futures according to God's purpose. By faith, Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. Even at the end of his life, Jacob's faith remained strong, and his blessings carried the promises of God into the next generation. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. Though he lived and died in Egypt, Joseph believed firmly in God's promise of deliverance. His instructions testified that he trusted God to bring his people out of bondage and into the land he had promised. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months by his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. God preserved his life for a great purpose. By faith, Moses, when he came to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. He esteemed the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. His eyes were fixed on the reward God had promised. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Through faith Moses kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, so that he who destroyed the firstborn should not touch them. Obedience and faith protected the children of Israel from destruction. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, while the Egyptians, attempting to do the same, were drowned. Thus, God delivered his people by his mighty power, honoring their faith and fulfilling his promise. Chapter 1. The fall of Jericho and the faith of Rahab. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down, after they were compassed about 7 days. The people obeyed God's command, and through their faith, the mighty walls collapsed before them. By faith the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. Because she trusted God and acted in faith, her life was spared, and she stood as a witness that faith brings salvation. And what shall I more say? For the time would fail to tell of Gideon, and of Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets. These were men called by God, whose lives were marked by obedience, courage, and faith, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. They quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, and turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Through unwavering faith, they overcame obstacles, defeated enemies, and witnessed the mighty power of God at work. Women received their dead raised to life again, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. Others had trial of cruel mockings and scourgings, and moreover of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, and tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts, and in mountains, and in dens and caves of the earth. Their suffering testified of unwavering faith and devotion to God.